Lando Norris is viewed as one of F1's brightest rising stars, and despite not even getting a win yet, he is viewed as one of the biggest threats to Red Bull's dominance and Max Verstappen's string of drivers' titles. Today, we'll go through the career and life of Lando Norris. Lando Norris was born on November 13, 1999 in Bristol, England, to Adam and Siska Norris. Lando grew up in a privileged home, with his father being one of the wealthier people in the area. Because of this, Lando had the opportunity to try all kinds of different activities and sports, most notably being horseback riding, quad biking, and motorcycle riding. However, Lando would eventually take up karting after his father took him to see the British National Karting Championship when he was just 7 years old. This would be the beginning of Lando's motorsport career, as he would begin karting at age 7, and it was easy to see that the young Brit had a real talent for it, as he would score pole position in his very first national karting event in the KF Junior class, premonition of the things to come, as Lando would go on to win the CIK FIA European Championship. The following year, Lando would win his next championship in the KF class, making him the youngest to win a title in that class. In 2014, Lando joined the Ginetta Junior Championship Series. He would find some success in his rookie season, finishing third in the standings while winning 4 races. Despite the success, Lando would leave the Ginetta Championship Series and join the British Formula 4 Series with Carlin Motorsport. Norris would make his name known as he would win 8 races, take 10 pole positions, and 14 total podiums, winning the championship. After this, Norris would spend some time in the Toyota Racing Series in New Zealand, before he would return to Europe to partake in Formula Renault with Josef Kaufmann Racing, competing in the Euro Cup and the Northern Euro Cup Series, winning both championships on the back of total 11 wins. In October, Norris would compete in British Formula 3 Championship and would win 4 of the 11 races. After this, he would make a brief appearance in the European Formula 3 Championship, participating in the Macau Grand Prix in November. In 2017, Lando would join Euro Formula 3 with Carlin Racing. Despite some stiff competition, Lando performed in a dominant fashion. He was on the podium in 20 of 30 races, winning 9 of them. As the cherry on top, he would win the title 2 races before the end of the season. In 2018, Lando would join Formula 2 for Carlin Racing, and Lando would start the season on fire, getting pole and winning in Bahrain. However, this would be his only win of the season. He would hold the lead of the championship until round 6 in Austria, in which he would get passed by George Russell in the standings. Norris would retire from both races in Russia, dropping him into 3rd place behind Alex Albon. However, Lando recovered in Abu Dhabi to take 2nd place in the championship. In 2017, behind the scenes, Lando would join Formula 1 as a test driver for McLaren, although he would get a full-time seat in 2019. He joined the grid alongside Carlos Sainz. The 2019 McLaren season will be filled with reliability issues for Lando, but when Lando was able to finish a race, he was often scoring points, ending the season with 3 consecutive point finishes. Despite the rough start to his career, Lando would only get better in the next season, taking home his first podium at the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix, and would have one of the best races of his career in the Styrian Grand Prix, where he would start at 9th, overtake 3 cars in the final 2 laps to finish 5th. Norris would go on to have 6 straight point finishes, solidifying his place in F1. Amazing race at the Turkey place and recovered to 8th. At the end of the season, Lando would prove a valuable asset for McLaren, as he was a key component in them finishing ahead of rivals Racing Point. Lando would continue to be McLaren's primary driver despite having Daniel Ricciardo as his new teammate, finishing 2nd in McLaren's first 1-2 finish in 11 years. The highlight of Lando's season would be his first pole in F1 at the Russian Grand Prix. Lando would lead for most of the race, but at a crucial decision to not go into intermediate tires would spell the end of Lando's lead, as Lewis Hamilton, who was on new intermediate tires, catch and overtake Lando. Being forced to pit for the wet weather tire, Lando would finish the race in 7th. 2022 was a forgettable season for McLaren, as it was mostly plagued with troubles with Daniel Ricciardo. Despite this, Lando would keep up his good performances, scoring 122 championship points. 2023 for Lando would start out slow, both pace and excitement, as he would be plagued by reliability and on-track issues. However, midway through the season, during the Austrian GP, McLaren would bring some major upgrades to the car that all of a sudden allowed it to start challenging for podiums and even wins in a few cases. Despite the winning that was going on in McLaren, some major controversy would strike Lando after the Hungarian Grand Prix, in which during his podium celebration, Lando accidentally broke Max Verstappen's first place trophy. Of course, this wasn't a big deal, and both parties, along with the rest of the F1 world, got a good laugh. Lando would finish the 2023 season in 6th place with 205 points. Looking back at Lando's career, it's easy to see why he's considered one of the best drivers in F1. As long as McLaren can keep taking steps forward, and there isn't too many issues with his new teammate Oscar Piastri, it is obvious to see that Lando has the potential to be a future F1 champion. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, consider giving the video a like. If you want to know more about the career of McLaren legend Lewis Hamilton, you can watch my video on the left. Thanks for watching, have a great day.